question is, between BOSSKURR and RESURGENCE, because they have had many changes to the roster, which season had their strongest roster? Is it the current season or the previous season? Make sure you answer which season and also which player that was in that roster that made you think that they were really strong. Gideon and Contra, maybe we can give you a quick answer for that.
Well, actually, this is quite a tough one because both looks like they are in their best season after all. Like, based on the stats, based on what the results are, both are having really great run. But I'm looking at RSG right now. Of course, their best season after all. Like, based on the stats, based on what the results are, both are having really great run. But I'm looking at RSG right now. Of course, they got legendary names. Who doesn't love LY for on his really talented sort of picks? And of course, he's still one of the best marksmen on the table so far.
Personally, I do think that Resurgence, I would have to agree with Resurgence here because like the previous lineup, like they were definitely lacking in a lot of areas in terms of just pure chemistry. But now with this version of RSG, they are looking very solid overall. But let's jump into the picks and bans here. You know, Kajak Show being on blue side bans, Team BOSSKURR banning out the Atlas as well as the Farsa allowing Resurgence to get Natalia for free.
Well, that's really interesting. Like, they knew how to actually open up that sort of a pickup tier, but knowing that BOSSKURR right now, of course, let this sort of be Natalia slide off, I'm not too sure what exactly is KZP actually saying there, but he seems very, very happy that this sort of draft is kind of working towards his side. But, you know, BOSSKURR, they're actually picking very tanky composition to try to fight off RSG's Natalia.
I think maybe Resurgence might be going for the Uranus here as well. It is one of their highest picks. Maybe not now, but maybe later. It's one of their highest picks from the regular season.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. I'm looking at RSG and what the core lineup is looking like right now. They've got they've already pretty much selected their two supports here. They don't exactly have tanks. I'm not entirely sure how they're going to play this out, especially against Team BOSSKURR. Because Team BOSSKURR could easily look to be like, you know what, I could, instead of going for multiple supports, I could go for double tanks. I could play the Lolita if I absolutely have to. And with the help of the high loss ult, it's just going to be an even more difficult game. So I don't really know how RSG is going to pull this one out because Team BOSSKURR, their lineup in terms of composition just looks so much better.
Well, I do think that, of course, BOSSKURR is actually drafting even better now. Now that Too Easy for Depth, previously from Geek Fam, is joining in, and he's been streaming yesterday, and he's having fun. He says like, "Hey, maybe I can actually pull off the 4-4-8-4 Hong Kong style in towards Team BOSSKURR." So, of course, in towards this matchup against RSG, but not too sure if it's joking or if he's actually all too serious about that. But we're already looking at towards a Kufa ban, which KZP usually picks that sort of hero in towards this kind of matchups. So Resurgence turn to actually negate one more hero. Who would that be?
Most likely they're probably going to think about getting rid of some off-laner picks, but there's quite a number of them, and I doubt it was going to be Cho, but Export definitely a little bit understandable, but that means that Team BOSSKURR, in terms of who they have options of, they could go for the Cho, they can definitely go for Uranus, but locking in their mid-mage makes a lot more sense.
Team is picking.
Yeah, and of course, now that they've got that Lunox here, it's going to be KZP looking to secure Grok, which is being left out by BOSSKURR. But of course, in terms of mobility, there's quite high mobility on the side of BOSSKURR right now. Whether if they open up the wall charge or so, shouldn't be too much of a worry for them. But we're looking at a very highly picked Tamis across. But, you know, it's time to whip out that hammer here as they are going in with this Terizla.
I am so confused as to what the compositions from either side really... I mean, we know what the composition wants to do, but I'm not entirely sure whether it's really strong in this particular patch. I feel like RSG is going all in on the pick potential. They're going to be using Grok to kind of scout out the area, Selena and Natalia to get the initial pickoffs. But Team BOSSKURR, on the other hand, locking in the Terizla just to kind of brick wall the Thalmos instead of using a Uranus to do that job. So that's a little bit interesting coming in from Team BOSSKURR.
And of course, we're about to get ourselves ready for that very first game. Well, Faras, we gotta get that hype coming in for this best of 3.
Oh yeah, man, this is gonna be the first game, and I gotta say, I really want to see Resurgence's draft work out really well with Selena and Natalia. They need to really focus on getting those early kills, because if they don't, it's going to be quite troublesome for them to actually be coming online later on. But it's up to both of you to see what the story of this game is. Resurgence and Team BOSSKURR, let's go!
Now, of course, we're about to actually open things up here over on the mid lane. Debs is just scouting up ahead as Jason Cole spots him out and says there's not going to be any horses in those bush. Of course, grazing on those grass. And yeah, KCP is going to be possibly taking out this, or we can't right
really fast. I feel like that's what they should be doing, but I don't know if that's going to happen right now. And we are back into the game.
Yeah, like at this point, RSG is looking to play off of a very big snowball here, which is very scary to do, because remember, Team BOSSKURR, their composition scales hella well. Like, especially against RSG, I don't think they'll be able to make it towards the later stages of the game, even though they do have LY4 being their marksman here. So Jason as well as Sync have a lot of work ahead of them. Looks like they're gonna have to kind of hold their ground here. Aaron, you still with me, my brother? Looks like Aaron may have disconnected here, or his mic might be muted. But let's just kind of go with the flow here until we get Aaron back onto the call. Now, RSG holding on their side, but Team BOSSKURR looking to make something happen here. They're noticing that a lot of RSG members are hanging towards the bottom side of the map, so they want to keep control. Xeno actually failing the flicker there, forced to move forward, and welcome back.
All right, no, that was my ooh, but I'll be here to support you, brother. Yeah,
no worries.
I'll be here to support you. Oh, looks like they're going down on Jip.
No, it looks like they're going to commit to the fight. Too easy for Jeps. Has to quickly drop down the Revitalize to keep by himself some time. But again, BOSSKURR, they don't have the items to take out KCP. They're forced to pull on backwards. Lexia going in pretty hard. He's got double buffs. I get a little bit confident, but he still needs the Demon Hunter sword. Sana is going to get punished here by Zaraki, but again, not enough damage.
Exactly. I think that's a good thing about Tamos here, because he can just solo everything on his own. He can make sure that he can survive throughout the lanes. And right now, this is the sort of pickoffs that we were talking about, with Natalia and Selena actually going in to try to take some kills. But like you mentioned, it's actually be very dangerous, because BOSSKURR, they have the potential to come back very easily because of the heroes they have.
Yeah, but also notice the EXP. Oh, Aaron, you're back!
Yeah, I'm definitely been actually sitting here. I just want to test out Farah's capabilities, of course. And right now, back into the action here. Thank you so much for covering for me, of course. And we are looking at RSG already securing that first blood pretty much greatly, as Executes definitely on their hands, but they are taking the section here by the corners of the river and hoping to actually be able to actually get a little bit more gold from here. But members of BOSSKURR, they're definitely ready to actually steal this buff away if they can.
Jason, he's going to be going down here. The ejector is going to pull on through. He pops the smoke screen, but he can't really do anything about the smart missiles, as well as the ring of punishment coming in from Too Easy for Jep. So Natalia is going to go down. It looks like Resurgence is going to have to kind of hold the ground, or at least delay the turtle, because Team BOSSKURR, they rotated very, very early for this. Does anybody have Retribution? No, just Executes. And yeah, KCP in the backline, he tries to steal away, but he doesn't actually get the Executioner strike. Does secure that kill, secure onto Turtle here, but Sana holding his ground, unable, even with the Vengeance. He gets a little bit of health back, but not enough damage to actually get that, finish off that backline here. Can they actually go back in? Jason coming in for a very big flank, and let's go! And he gets secures on the first kill, gets ejected backwards into the blazing duet. LY4 trying to turn this around as Resync there to follow up. 2 Executes down. 3 for 1 actually in this particular situation. One more hit onto Xeno. Can Sing do it? No, he cannot, and it looks like he's going to be giving up his life. A 2 for 3 trade in favor of Resurgence, but BOSSKURR already got what they needed.
Wow, what a fight over on the mid side as we look at Resurgence actually pouncing on the back. Of course, initiated by the side of Jason Ko that saw that burst going down. And with that being said, Sana secures that first turret, but he's getting flipped, ejected all the way back. But Zaraki, though, he's getting exchanged, and the Natalia saves his life. The flicker coming out from the side of Logan. One tap is all it takes, and of course, this is going to be his second kill of the game.
Pretty worth it. It looks like both teams really want this win. You can see the eagerness to fight and outplay their opponents. Great flicker coming in great flicker coming in from Logan there to pick off Sana. Sana was holding his ground very, very nicely until that final moment here. But yeah, as of right now, oh, Sino is getting caught. They're going to execute him instantaneously, like Farah said, with the Selena Natalia combination. He's got to be more aware of his health total because he cannot be below 75%.
That's right, and of course, the reason why this is so effective is because Natalia can actually look up ahead on how they can actually line up the shots, and right now with the fight going on over the side of BOSSKURR, just seems crazy for Deb trying to actually tank off all these over hits, and now he's going to knocking him off the wall with the wall charge, and of course, on the back, it's going to be a blazing duet, not really hitting all too much with all these members of RSG as they take one kill on the back, but Jessico cutting from the back though, he's trying to look for opportunities to assassinate, but it won't be enough for now. But Resurgence, of course, getting back on track.
Yeah, and it looks like they're trying to set up a dive down on bottom side. They understand that Turtle is going to be gone for sure, so we're going to clear out the wave here, and maybe look to dive Thamos down on the bottom side of the map. Resurgence, playing on the opposite side, wants to maintain control, but remember, they're on a very big timer. Sana easily dove under the tower. Kazipi is thrown away with the ejector, but the wild charge still being held up. Lexia is going to go in with a battle mirror image to secure the kill. 2 free kills given over to their opponents. And now Jason wants to get a free kill onto Sino, but Sino knows better. Knowing that Selena is rotating down to his side, he preemptively flickers to dodge the Abyssal Arrow.
Yeah, really great dodges coming out of him, and so far Sino's been working out with that sort of Teresa so far. And as for the rotations coming from the side of Resurgence, seems to be that they won't be controlling a lot of the mid side as well as top. Well, they're trying to actually break it open for now, but here comes Jason, almost actually assassinating him, but it looks to me that that will be the order that's been popped, but instead they will be able to actually get clots. So it's a 1-for-1 exchange coming from BOSSKURR as well. Too easy for Deb. Tries to actually hop over the wall, but they are getting chased out. Santa will not let him escape. Mega kill going for LY4 as they choose to dive in towards Zaraki, and it's a double for LY4. 5 kills already on the RSG marksman.
Yeah, but notice that they have to profit off of the situation. Topside is getting shoved in pretty hard. Sino is compensating for the fact that his team are making mistakes, and Lunox gets insta-killed there. And Sync, now with his Calamity Reaper, is one big boy.
Yeah, and of course Sync, once known as the best mid laner of Singapore, maybe still am right now, is going to be able to actually land one more shot on Sino, but hey, not going to be taking out Teresa anytime soon, as we are having Jason still on the prowl. Maybe be able to actually take this buff, but there's a little bit too much pressure from BOSSKURR. They will have to give this one away while they focus on towards the turtle instead.
Yeah, and you can see that, you know, Resurgence is playing as if they have compound interest. Like, the longer this game drags out, the more goal has come out of Logan, and they're going to look for their second target, Sync, but it looks like they bit off a little more than they can chew. But keep your eyes on LY4 because he is a ticking time bomb here. Expect a lot of crazy fights at 10 minutes.
Yeah, and we've already seen a lot of all these review big plays coming out inside of Jason, though he does sacrifice his life, but for the better cause, we're definitely looking at LY4 already hitting level 15 soon. While we look at Logan as well as Lacia, they are levels below him for sure, so he can easily just dive right in, get somebody, and just walk out alive. So this is going to be pretty much dangerous for BOSSKURR, but they are actually holding up just fine for the time being.
And remember, we talked about win conditions for both of these teams. Team BOSSKURR just have to stop the bleeding. They're doing a good job during the mid game, but as we slowly transition to the later stages of the mid game, and arguably towards the late game as well, it's not looking too good for Team BOSSKURR. If RSG can close out this game within the next 2 to 3 minutes, that would be perfect. But Team BOSSKURR, it's a complete opposite. They need to hold on for at least 5 minutes if they want to come back into the game.
Yeah, and of course, so we're looking at possibly the time being spent right here. Pretty much a lot of all these minutes being stalled up while KZP faces so many of all these members of BOSSKURR. I think that eventually he will have to go down, but they will get one tower instead.
What?
So here comes Sana, though. A lot of all these sort of things have already been expended, but LY4 now faces a 1 versus 2. He's actually turning it around alongside with Sync, and they're looking for Logan. He's getting shredded up, and this is going to be that battle here. And one more tap here, whereas Logan will have taken him out, but he is still surviving. And with that being said, we'll be able to actually find that kill. Natalia takes down not only one over on Saraki, Jeff will give his life on that sort of jungle ambush.
I think that was the perfect example of how ahead Team, Resurgence is ahead of Team BOSSKURR in this particular game. They hit their item power spike, they take the fight, they almost pretty much insta-win despite the fact that LY4 got caught off by the unstoppable force as well as the ejector, which to me is super surprising because any other person would have instantly died there. But again, the lead is just a little too big. They're trying to turn this around, but Team BOSSKURR, they are just giving up too many advantages to Resurgence. And now that Lord is coming in, it just means that Team BOSSKURR, instead of 5 minutes, have extended it to 7 minutes.
Yeah, and I'm looking at how this Lord's going to be knocking on their doors right now, while KZP, of course, will be able to actually secure those buffs. So, look, as it stands, the goal differential is almost hitting 10k already, and I'm not sure. They really got to find a way to actually turn the fight around, but maybe they need to actually take a counter engagement instead of going for those sort of a hunt against Resurgence members.
Well, honestly, I personally think that Team BOSSKURR should have been a little bit more aggressive in the earlier stages of the game where they were trading kills 1-to-1. There were times they're too easy for Jeps decided, you know what, I'm going to just drop down the battle spell and instead of plopping down his ultimate into the enemy team and allowing and trusting that his team will be able to clutch it out. Because again, they are very ability based, and now that their tier 3s are going down, the inhibitor is gone, can RSG find the advantage that they're looking for to close this game out?
Still not having enough minutes over on the mid side here, but that Lord will be able to actually open it up the bottom side. Oh, Sano's getting stuck! This is looking pretty bad, and oh my goodness! Here comes LY4 getting a legendary wall. Too easy for Depth to try to actually go in for a chase. He cannot do all too much, but now it's RNG's turn to actually defend and first push them all the way in. They've already lost Zeno as well as Too Easy for Jeff, so it's time for them to actually walk right in to take down the topside tower.
This is looking so good for RSG. They can take everything here. They literally outnumber Team BOSSKURR, and that's what they're gonna do. Sana, he has the immortality. He's waiting for his abilities to come back up before diving them one more time, but it looks like they're gonna make the call. All right, we've taken all that we need. Gamin and Ice just being bought by Too Easy for Jeff, just to kind of slow down the attack speed coming in from LY4, because right now, LY4 is too big of a boy for Team BOSSKURR to handle.
Yeah, and of course they still need a lot more time for Logan as well as Leisha, especially Logan. I'm looking at him sitting at level 12, and he shouldn't be on any sort of a low level at all for now. Of course, eventually, if they can find a way to dive in towards LY4 safely, then maybe they will stand a chance. But for now, of course, they've already sent Zaraki as well as Too Easy for Jet a couple of times to get it towards the back line, but yet again, LY4 time and time again survives, and he's already at full build as we speak. 14k of gold.
Oh God. He is literally 7k ahead. Sorry, you know, if you want to be exact, it's going to be technically 6 point something k, but let's just round it up here. 7k ahead of their Claude, and they had 4 masks. Like, ooh, a very tough game for Team BOSSKURR here.
Yeah, of course, already looking at Sync here, trying to actually set things up with Abyssal Arrow. It does hit, but it's a little bit too far of a distance to cover, while RSG will possibly take a little bit of waiting for now. And they don't have to worry too much. The Lord is actually coming up online in perhaps half a minute. So, with that being said, this is Team BOSSKURR on that back foot, trying to actually pull back, or perhaps if they can actually find a way to steal that Lord away and walk away scot-free, then maybe they might have a chance. But Resurgence most likely won't give them that sort of leeway at all. But here comes Too Easy for Jeb, already getting stunned up. And of course, 7 more seconds to go before
Lord,
we see them
resurrecting
marching right in.
soon.
But LY4 trying to actually take
Oh,
Def, and he
that
could not even
damage!
move!
Oh god, that damage from Sync single-handedly just cutting through him like butter, but still giving the kill over to LY4. Like, what does he need at this point? He's fully kitted out.
Yeah, of course, it's just him just taking down the tankiest member of the side of the BOSSKURR wall, KCP. Already in that sort of territory, and now Wall Charge is going to be looking for the Claude. This is looking very good here. RC can actually end this right then, right now, and only Xeno's going to be left, and he's going to be popped out as well. This is going to be a team-wide, and Xeno won't be dropping down for a second time coming. Resurgence close the game out, and within 15 minutes, 42 seconds for Game 1.